Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Welch here with my good buddy
Eckoh, Eckoh.
So today we're here to show you guys a massive tutorial. We're gonna create a growl that we just kind of messed around with, and we feel like you guys would be really interested in it. So this is what we're gonna be recreating right here.
It's copy worthy, for sure.
Copy worthy. All right, so this is what it sounds like. So there's quite a bit going on there, and we're gonna walk you through how we made this. All right.
Yep-er-y.
All right. So first things first, you're gonna want to initialize your patch, obviously.
Yeah, that's what initialized patch.
That's pretty good.
That's what our initialized patch sounds like.
So yeah, pretty much. That's down an octave or so on the keyboard. So just get it to that note right there. First things first, you're going to want to start with AI here. And
AI.
Put this AI to bend minus plus, and then send it down an octave. The way I did that too, it's a little key command. You can hold Alt and send it up and down an octave, in case you didn't know that.
If you're a Windows user.
If you are a Windows user, yes.
If you're a Mac user, I don't know. Good luck.
Yeah, Macs, you're just going to have to
hope for the best.
Figure it out. We don't use
Eat an
Macs.
apple.
Okay, so anyways, intensity, you're going to want to set it right around there. These are going to be, we're going to be messing around with these quite a bit, a little as we go.
Fondle your knobs.
The second wavetable, you're going to want to put grain. Did you grain 2? Kind of sounds gritty. You're going to want to set that to bend minus. Turn the intensity all the way down, then you want to turn it up just like a little tiny bit. How do you like that, Pat? That sound there, Mr. Eckoh Man?
Mr. Eckoh Man. I'm digging it.
For sure.
That's how you get on Beatport right there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
just stick that in your song, and make sure your levels are hitting red, because if they're not hitting red, then you're not doing good. Yep.
Rest in peace, headphone users. All
Rest
right.
in peace.
So this wavetable, guys, is going to be really important. This is going to be like the base of the sound. So make sure that
it's the brain of this patch,
yes,
pretty much, or
exactly.
the muscle.
Yes. So that is all set there. Keep that there. So third wavetable, we're going to set to Maggard. This is more of a background noise. That's just going to kind of be sitting there.
It's a little subby, you know. It's a little low-endy type of thing. Yeah.
Kind of like that. It's got a grittiness to it, but you know, it's there.
Kind of like when you're choking a duck. That's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like, in a way. Or you like stick a blanket over a duck. That's what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
For the most
So
part.
you're all set there. Set that to bend minus plus. For modulation, you're going to want to click the phase, put it to 1, turn it to about the E. So this is what we have so far. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy yet. For your noise, we like to use tape hiss. It's kind of a colorful sound that it's almost like a white noise, I guess.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
it's pretty quiet, but it's a white noise that
adds a lot.
It does add quite a bit to the patch.
Some atmospheric intensity.
Definitely. So feedback is you can do a lot of damage with this thing. Don't turn it up too much, but we kind of like to just put it about 25%. So yeah, it gets pretty loud if you screw with it too much. Then with distortion, you're going to want to set your first insert to bit crush, and then you want a little bit under the dry wet, and take the crush down a little bit. For insert 2, we actually should have something here as well. You're going to want to put a parabolic shaper, turn that drive down a little bit, keep the dry wet where it's at.
You're going to mess with your routing?
Yeah, for the routing, you want to put, is it insert 2?
Insert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insert 2, just because this is insert 2, so if you have the routing set to this, it's going to affect it more than it would if it was on insert 1 only. So make sure that's set to insert 2.
Insert dos for those Spanish speakers out there.
Dos.
Inserto doso.
Okay, so let's start up here with filters. Band reject, one of my personal favorites. I'm not sure what Eckoh has to think about that, but Yeah.
Probably everything he'll throw band reject on. Like, he'll be eating a sandwich and he'll throw band reject on it just because he likes
Yeah.
it so much.
Some PB&J and with some band reject.
Some peanut band reject and jelly. That's what it's all about.
So band reject is gonna get you that growly, well, not growly, but vowly sound that WoW filter will give you. You know, it's kind of a fun thing to mess around with. So second, on filter 2, I really like to send filter 1s through filter 2s just because you can get some real interesting sounds that way. So set the resonance there and the bandwidth there. Cut off to about pointing to the Fs. Actually, most of these are pointing the same direction. All 3 of these knobs here.
They're all in one direction.
Yeah. They're heading in the right direction though, not the wrong.
Yes, exactly.
So what this does is this will activate the volume more or less for this filter. Make sure that you have this at least turned up to
I'd call that 60%.
yeah, about 60%.
For those particular people.
For the sound we're making, you can really put it wherever you want. We're just showing you how to make something kind of cool that we think is interesting.
We're giving you the outline of a good patch. The rest is
Right.
up to you,
Yes, sir.
users.
Okay, so voicing, you got 4. We put 4 unison on it. And you're going to want to just double click this little slider here. It will put it right in the center. It'll make the sound mono, sending it through left and right. Make sure your pan position's turned on. Set your voicing here to monophonic. And then you turn your wave table position on. I like to put it over to the right a little bit more for this one. Kind of worked out 75% or so.
That right there is sweet without any like
Yeah.
LFO or...
So you got kind of an interesting sound there so far. We haven't really done any LFO work yet, but we're getting there. So next thing I would say, okay, so with the effects here, Classic Tube is one of my favorites. What do you think?
Classic Tube is like really good. I mean, it adds a lot of distortion. It really like it makes your sound a lot wider, I guess you could say. Not wider, like wide, like fat. You know what I mean? Not like white.
Yeah, definitely. Distortion, guys, is like really important.
See how much that does? Adds some like volume with some stuff, just some good stuff.
Yeah, so like grittiness and volume. Just be careful when you're creating this with more distortion. It will kick the volume up. You just gotta be careful. With this, you can just turn the drive down a little bit. You'll be fine there. Dimension expander is probably one of the most important things you could do. And turn the size all the way down and just the drive it over a little bit. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We had our cat just attack us and it wasn't pretty.
Clawed me in the eye.
Pretty much took Eckoh's eye out, and you know, I have a band-aid on now, so.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm recovering.
Alright, guys, so anyways, for the EQ, set the frequency to there. High shelf is a little over here to pointing about to the F. That'll give it the high end openness for this sound here. It's pretty cool. So we're getting something pretty interesting so far. This is where the fun stuff starts. So for the LFO, you want to set it to the wavetable position. You put in the left box here. Yeah, so this won't really take effect until we get further into this. Go ahead and set your ratio to 1/2 and hit the sync button. Alright, and then you're going to want to put this here, set that to about right under the E, I believe. Yeah.
Under the E.
Under the E.
Baby.
For grain 2, in the middle here, you're going to want to put it right about under the IN right there.
Yeah.
Getting kind of interesting so far.
Like a guitar strum almost.
Yeah. Over to Magger, you're going to want to put it in the first box, about right under the T there. Alright, and then the intensity, change it to about there. Alright, and then the phase as well. We have a little bit of phase going on here. The LFO. Let's see here. Yeah. Right about there. LFO 5 to cut off on band reject here. This is going to affect the sound the most on band reject there and on grain, because this filter we actually are going to send, I forgot to tell you guys too, for these sliders here for filter 1 and filter 2, you're actually going to want to put this pretty far down. I would say probably about like 10% to 15. Same thing with this one here. This one directly in the center. Okay, and then with the bandwidth on the bandpass, turn that over to around there. Oh, sorry about that. Let's actually switch this to here. And then we actually used a macro for this patch as well. Make sure it's turned up or else it won't affect the sound. Dude, those freaking cats, I swear to God.
Feisty.
Okay.
Stop feeding them Friskies.
Yeah, so anyways. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Just a little easy stuff there.
Okay, so. I don't even know. I think I was hitting the same note as last time there. So, anyways, sorry about that again, guys. We're back though. We got frequency. The reason for this is because it makes the sound a little bit more growly. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So the next thing on this mix slider here, you want to put the LFO on the top box here. And then you're going to want to put this slider all the way down and send 5 all the way up there. So far, we're trying to match this to something we had before, but pretty much want to make sure too that that's up top. So yeah, we're getting kind of an interesting sound out of that so far. It's pretty interesting. Make sure this restart via gate on your oscillator is turned on. And let's see here, what else can we do to this? Yeah, you guys can mess around with this as much as you'd like. But yeah, let's see here. Frick. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back again here. So we figured this out, and you want to actually send this over to the left here. So this is what it was like before. So what this is doing too, this whole slider thing with the LFO routed, it's sending band reject and band pass back and forth. So, and then so what we find to like better than that is this sound. It kind of gets more of a.
It's like Mama Growl and Baby Growl.
Basically, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
So this, according to how much this is turned up to, is how much it's going to affect.
So it's really,
sound.
like, technically, since your 3 on your macro is at, like, halfway up, you're pretty much, like, your knob is pointing at the B on your band pass.
Exactly.
On your bandwidth for your band pass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of complicating things, but it works. Just do it.
Yeah. So the more you have this turned up, the more it's going to send this Yori, the second one, through. If you have, I mean, I won't get into what happens if you turn that off. You guys can experiment, but yeah, pretty much it's just sending them back and forth between these filters, and we find that's a really cool way to do this. So we hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. We're not going to give this patch out for free, but we feel like you you guys could just follow this and recreate it. So let us know what you think, and I would say that we're gonna call it a patch.
And go ahead and post down in the comments what you did with the patch. Tell us where you took a selfie with it. So
exactly, and link. You guys can show us any projects you use it in. Any selfies you take, just send them over.
All right, this has been Eckoh and
Mr. Welch,
sayonara.
peace out.